we introduce you our solution called VERITICO Price. It is a solution for price optimization. It allows you to plan your promotions and identify and optimize your markdowns. So let us just log into the demo version. Our demo version is based on anonymized data of one of our retail clients. And when it comes to our application VERITICO Price, it is one part of our product family. The rest of the products are VERITICO Stock and VERITICO Plan, which are capable of forecasting and replenishment and S&OP respectively. But when it comes to VERITICO Price, we would like to show you today some typical use cases which can be done using our application. So VERITICO Price allows you to create a new batch of prices. We call it Release. Both markdowns and regular prices. It allows you to upload competitive prices if you possess them and if it's something important to position yourself against your competitors. There are also some algorithms which can automatically clean competitive prices from errors and extremes, and some algorithms which can help you pair your assortment to your competitors' assortment. Of course, there are a couple of reports which can help you to analyze what is going on in your pricing strategy, your price perception, and so on. But we would like to start with one particular use case, and that's the setup of your price strategy and the definition of constraints, which in the end will help you to make the process of pricing as automatic as possible. VERITICO Price allows you to actually set up each sales channel and each assortment category differently. So you can have a different strategy for drinks and different for cosmetics, and also you can have a different strategy for your sales channel like eShop or supermarket, hypermarket, convenience stores, or you can structure your strategy geographically. You can set up what we call a price zone, which can be defined as topographical. So you can have a different price in the big cities than in the countryside. Let me show you what is possible to set up, and let's choose one of the categories, for example, the category of beer. We will select the category of beer. We will set up the e-commerce. In the role of a pricing revenue manager, we can set up the optimization goal for the strategy. So if we are aiming for profit or for revenue, we can set this strategic KPI. If we want to create the right correspondence between two KPIs, there is a balance mode for this. So for example, if you need some cash to invest, then you probably go for profit. If you want to expand your network and you want to get some market share, then you probably want to go for revenue. Let's choose for this category on the e-commerce channel the revenue as a KPI. You can also set up different constraints for key value items within the category of beers for local brands or private brands, or basically for others. So that's one thing you can do, and that's your pricing strategy. Another thing is the positioning of your company towards your competitors, your position on the market. If you have the prices of your competitors and you uploaded them to the VERITICO Price, then you can set up different types of positioning. You may want to be cheaper than some competitors or more expensive than the competitors, or you just want to be somewhere in the middle. You can also set up a follow strategy, which will for instance follow the prices of your competitor and ensure that you are 10% cheaper or 10% more expensive than your competitor. You can also set up constraints for newly listed items, for promoted items. This way you can use VERITICO Price to take care of the life cycle of your assortment. But sometimes you are considering what the best strategy would be for you. What will be the impact of your actions? For this reason, VERITICO Price comes with what-if scenarios and simulations. Once you have set up the constraints, you can simulate the impact of your strategy on the KPIs. Here you can see that if we are going to keep our strategy to go for the revenue on category 85 in e-commerce channels, we can get 13% of revenue and a 6% of quantity uplift. We will also increase my profit, but at the expense of losing some percentage on margin. With a balanced strategy between profitability and revenue, we will get different results. On this chart, you can see what is the optimal percentage margin, at which you can get the most of the financial KPIs. In our example, if we change the setting and increase the distance from competitor, we can be 30% cheaper or 30% more expensive, so we will allow the algorithm to go for the more optimal solution. Now let's see how the same thing would look in the case of another company. The only difference is that we will work with the core values and private labels. We are going to save it and recalculate the scenarios. You can see that the impact on the KPIs is now different. With a new set of constraints, we can get a higher profit but a lower quantity. What if simulation allows pricing managers and revenue managers to decide what is best for their categories, and what is best for their assortment? So we have shown how the strategy can be set up. Now we can take a look at what it means actually to open a new batch of prices. Veritico Price can work in two different modes. The first one is based on the settings and will calculate optimal prices automatically without any user adjustment or validation. They are then exported to your ERP system where they are basically immediately valid. The other option is to have an approval process so that each category manager can manage and adjust the solution's proposal, and then, for example, sales manager can approve the impact to profit and revenue. So now we will create a new release and we will name it as a test price. In this scenario, we don't want so many approvals, so we will choose a fast approval process. We are going to do it for the e-commerce channel and regular prices. What is important that you can also set up what is the maximum number of repriced items, because you may find it difficult or costly, especially for brick-and-mortar networks, to change the prices so often. For example, if you only have the manpower for 100 items, you can reprice 100 items per week. This is how the optimization knows what your limit is. There are also algorithms that can automatically cleanse competitors' prices of errors and outliers, and algorithms that help you pair your assortment with that of your competitors. But let's assume my strategy is good enough and we want to go for it. So here, as a category manager, we can see all the products which are proposed for repricing. We can see all the information we need. There is a lot of information you can actually change or show the things you need to make a decision. So you can see the competitor prices, you can see margin, impacts to revenues, purchase prices, and a lot of other parameters. Also, you can see overall the impact on your category. Here you can see 13% revenue and also more or less 6% of quantity, but you will lose some percentage margin. That's the trade-off you are doing, but based on the strategy you want to follow. You can also change the price per item manually, but if you are satisfied with the prices and don't want to do any changes, then you can approve your category, and after approval, basically, the new prices are exported automatically without any manual interaction to your ERP system. So these are the two main use cases we wanted to show you. As we mentioned before, the solution also consists of markdown optimization. When it comes to markdown, there is one big difference, and the solution actually identifies several types of sellouts. For example, if some items are going to be delisted and new ones will be listed in your assortment, or if there is some possible expiration or overstock, then the solution will identify that kinds of items and propose the price based on that. For example, when it comes to expiration, if the Veritico Price knows that in 3 days that 100 items will expire, then based on the forecast and price elasticity and other parameters, it will suggest a new markdown price, which will in high probability allow you to actually sell out those 100 pieces with the highest price possible before the expiration happens. That's the additional benefit of the solution. Veritico Price can identify those types of markdowns. Thank you for watching the demo version, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.